Hello, good day. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm very excited to have you here once again, and I'm so excited because thank you so much for always coming back to subscribe to watch these videos. Like I was very excited when I see the numbers of you we get, and please, I just got notified that most of you who watch these videos are not yet subscribed. Please do well to subscribe. All right, so on this YouTube channel, we put all things forex trading, investment, and entrepreneurship. And today we'll be looking at a very important topic, which I feel is very important for every small, medium enterprise out there. You see, most entrepreneurs, they fail because their business idea is not because their business idea is necessarily bad. They fail because everything in their business relies on them, right? There's no structure, there's no clear steps, there's no system. Today I'm going to be showing you how to be able to build a business that works with or without you. And I would like to say that if your business is still only in your head, then it's just still an idea, no matter how much you're already making. There's no great businesses, there's no very successful businesses. There's just still in the head of its founder. You need to get your ideas, your processes, everything out of your head and document them to be able to train people to be able to replicate that. That is what a company is supposed to be. Let me help you define what the process is. The process is a step-by-step way of doing something in a business, right? In your business, there are always step-by-step tasks. You call it stack. For every task, there's always a step-by-step process on how each of those tasks are being done. So that's what a process is. It's documenting. You probably might call it a checklist of step-by-step process of how you are able to do this thing and get this result, right? So that you can be able to train other people to be able to do the same facts and get exactly the same result you get on a consistent basis. Then now, what is a system? A system is a combination of people, tools, processes, and technology working together to produce a result consistently. You can think of it this way, like our body, like our body, one of the things it does is to be able to keep us alive. There are different systems that work. There's different systems that work. We have our respiratory system. We have our we have our excretory system. We have our what do you call it now? We have our there's different system that works, right? Different systems in our physical body that had to work together for it to be able to achieve that same goal, right? So you have to think of it that way, that for anything to be able to work, there are a combination of things that works together for it to be able to work. So you have to be able to design a system, right? To be able to clarify what your business system is. What are the people, what are the tools, what are the processes, what are the technology that has to be in place coming together to be able to produce your business result at a very consistent level. So that's it. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do that, especially as a small business owner. You can literally design your process, you can literally lay down your system in such a way that you can literally position your business to be able to run with or even without you, right? So why do you need system in your business? Number one is having a system and a process in your business removes guesswork. Have you produced results? You did something and it brought certain kind of result, but at a different time, you were not able to produce that kind of result again. You were not able to produce that. You were not able to produce result at that level again. You were able to. It was just different. So let's say you have a restaurant and you cooked rice today. Your customer said today it was nice, and the next day they were like, this rice doesn't taste good, stuff like that, right? So having a business system and a process removes guesswork from it. So secondly, they help you to be able to train people faster, whether you like it or not. Any business, and as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, you might start alone, but any business that requires you and does not have plan to bring other people in to be able to assist, that means there's no growth. As a business owner, you should be optimizing to be able to get results so fast that you're able to employ more skilled, more experienced people to be able to help you to get things done faster and better, right? So you need to be able to It helps you to be able to train people faster. Because when you start employing people, apart from your responsibility in creating company's culture, you want to be able to have a documented system and process that you to be very easy for you to train other people fast, and they'll be able to do the same thing you do and get that result. Thirdly, they have to make your result predictable. The result have to be predictable, have to be very predictable. Have you gone to Burger King's, Chicken Republic, and most of all these big fast food chains? Regardless of the branch you ever go to, the results are very consistent from their customer service. Even in banks, you can go to a bank branch and travel to another side and still go to the same bank branch and still get the same quality of service, the same experience, the same way they greet people, the same way the doors are being opened, the same way the whole thing, like literally everything you experience in another brand is still the same. It'd be as if you were blind, you would not even know you were in a different location. Why? Systems and processes makes your result predictable. And the other thing is they reduce mistakes, right? Because when you begin to have people help you do that certain things, if there's design system, a design process, people are likely to be able to make mistakes, right? But it reduces mistake. It does not necessarily stop mistake entirely, but reduce the level of mistake that is likely to happen in your business, and it saves you time. It saves you time. Just imagine having to do something in your business that is repeated over and over and over again. And because of lack of documented and clearly stated business system and process, every single time you have to carry out that task, it takes you a lot of time because you are trying to figure out how it works. Because if you do have a system and a process, you have a template, right? It takes away that stress. You just have to do it over and over again. A typical example is maybe you're handling your bookkeeping. If you have a system, you have a software, you have a template, your expenses is categorized and it's categorized into different buckets like fixed expenses, these expenses, and all of that. It's very easy for you to be able to do your book. So you don't have to think, oh, you don't just come, you just want to do this, and equals to this, right? So most importantly, it helps you to be able to scale. If you want to scale, you want to grow, it requires you need more people. It requires that you might need to expand beyond your current geographic terrain to go to another territory, maybe have another branch. You might want to seek funding from investors, and investors they don't trust you if only if your business is just in your head and is not documented in such a way that it can be transferred to other people to be able to perform the tasks you do. So this is why having a business process and system in your business is very important. But for today, I want to look at some key systems, like four important systems, which I believe, regardless of the level you are in business, you're just starting, you're a medium business, you're a small business, right? It's literally can be of very help and valuable to you because these are the core things that makes businesses work. Number one is having a marketing system. What is your marketing system? You must have a marketing system, guys. This your marketing system helps you to be able to help people to discover you, because the goal of marketing is for people to discover you. How do people know about your businesses? What are the system you laid down to be able to ensure that on a consistent level that new people are discovering you? So you need a clear system. For example, your marketing system can for lead generation, right? For content, for referrals, for partnership, whatever your strategy is, right? You need a system to be able to ensure that that system flows like a wheel. What's the wheel? It keep going round, 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 round. Customer, you had 10 customers this month because you had 50 leads. How can you keep consistently making sure that your marketing system is working on autopilot? That next month it just keep getting better, 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 better. The result is consistent. It's not depending on your feeling, it's not depending on emotion, right? You can't run your business that way. Oh, today I had 100 leads this month and 10 people actually purchased. Next month I had 10 leads, I had 200 leads. No, you have to really make it very clear system for lead generation. That's talk about your ads, contents, referrals, partnership, whatever your strategy is. Then the second thing you have to have is a operational system. This is how you deliver your product or your services. What are the steps it takes for you to be able to deliver your product and your services? Then who is responsible for what? Who in each of these steps in delivering this product and services, who is responsible? Are you responsible for everything? If it's only you, it's fine, but you have to clearly define who is responsible. Okay, this my marketing person is in charge of sending out email. My video editor is in charge of recording and editing these videos. My social media manager is in charge of posting these videos and making sure that this works. You have to have an operation system. You cook food. Okay, who goes to the market to procure the ingredients? Who prepares the ingredient for cooking? Who cooks the food? Who serves the food? Who does or who is in charge of handling collecting payment? Who's in charge of sweeping? Who's in charge of the door? You see, many businesses are not really organized in that way. Their operation is haphazard. So you as a CEO, you are under pressure because you are not sure that if you are not there physically, that your business would run well because you are not sure your marketing person knows what to do, that the salesperson knows what to do, that the cleaners knows what to do, that your chef knows what to do. You are just every time you have high blood pressure, you must be there physically. It's not supposed to be so. People must know what they are responsible for. That's why clarifying and building an operational system helps you to be able to do that. Which is and what tools do they use? What tools do they use? Your accountant, there's a tool they use, and there's how they use these tools. Your security man on the door, there's a tool they use, and they should be able to know how this tool use. Your chef, the tools they use to be able to perform their tasks. Because literally, these tools are what helps people to be able to deliver their tasks. Your video editor, what tool do he use? The social media manager, what tool do they use? So you must be able to clarify your operating system. Can anyone on your team deliver the same quality consistently? This is where people now specialize. So let me use a restaurant so that it'll be very easy. So your system, your operating system, is to be able to provide quality food based as available as stated in your menu. Make sure it's available at all times and deliver to your customers with excellence. That is what your operation is about. So then what is involved? There should be people in charge of procurement, in charge of going to market, sourcing quality items for preparing the foods, making sure that all the ingredients needed to prepare all the all the main items on the menu are available. And the people who is in charge, the kitchen people, probably will have a kitchen head, should be in charge of making sure that every items on the menu is ready at all time or at the time it's supposed to be ready. So the procurement people know their own is to procure these items that they need. The kitchen people know their own responsibilities to make sure these items are available. And also they have a step-by-step process to ensure it's standardized. So this person knows how to prepare soups. This other person is very specialized in stew. This person knows how to cook rice. This person knows how to make pastry. Those extra areas specialty. They don't just produce it how they feel like. They should be able to measure quantities. They should be able to do it in a certain way. They should have checklists they follow to ensure that at the end of the time, when delivering that services, that the results they always get is consistent at all time. And lastly, you need financial system. How do you receive money? You must know how you receive money. Some companies, they don't receive cash. So all money coming in is through transfer, through POS, or whatever other means. So others, they receive cash, right? So you must know how you receive money. This comprises of your system. How do you track your cash flow? How do you track where money is coming in from and how money is leaving in and what those money leaving your business? What are they for? What are your lines of expenditures? How do you categorize every expenditure under what? Do you have how do you review your finances? Daily, weekly, monthly reviews. How do you do that? Do you have a budget so you can track your expenditure in line with your budget? Many businesses does not have this. Many entrepreneurs do not have this. I know that this is very bulky, but trust me, if you do it, it literally improve your businesses. Literally, it improve even your productivity as an entrepreneur. Or you do everything based on guesswork. So the four business, you need a marketing system, you need a sales system, you need an operating system, and you need a financial system in your business. So lastly, let's talk about building processes, right? So every system has its processes because every system has set of tasks and activities that goes in it. So what that means, it requires that there are certain level of processes step by step. How is this done? How do you cook rice? Okay, you boil the water. How many cups of rice do we cook? How do we measure the ingredient? What ingredients are used? What time is salt being put? What recipe is being used? So these are process. So you need to be able to have a process for everything you do in your business. So as a rule of thumb, I would like for you to be able to write down your process, these processes, and write down everything that has to go on in a sheet of paper for your business to happen. There have to be a physical location. There have to be this. You know what your business is. So you have to write down everything, every task, every activity that goes on in your business every day. So here's a very simple system. Number one step is identifying all activities and all tasks that goes into your business, right? Number two is write them down. Identify them, write it down. Number three is you have to put, sometimes you do things that are not necessary in the business. So there have to be prioritization. Everything is not priority. And you can, your prioritization checklist or how important things is maybe how it adds to your revenue, how it culminates to your mission statement and your goals. Right. So you write down the system. Not all systems are priority. Not all tasks are priority, and their priority tax in every businesses. So you want to be able to write down those steps and write down in order which one is priority. If it's maybe you can use 1 to 5, most priority 5, 4, just put it. So at the end of the day, you know those priority tags to be able to identify what are priority and what are not priority. Secondly, is for you to be able to those tags. You need to be able to write down how it's done, step by step, checklist of how all of it is done. For example, Um, let's use our restaurant analogy, right? Kitchen, how is our food prepared? Okay, we do have four classes of food. Um, we have breakfasts menu, we have lunch menu, we have dinner, and we have pastries, and we have milkshake and all those things. Okay, how is this food, each and every one of those foods in your what are the recipe used to cook this food? What are the quantity cooked? You need to put like a step by step so that even a new chef comes, like they can go through it, right? And they can be able to see how things are done. And you can show if you're not around that new chef or your staff can literally just go through that step by step process of how each of these tasks are done and get to learn it and get to improve it. One thing I always advise is always do a video, right, explaining how these things are done. If there's any tools that is being used, you have to show how these tools are being used. You cook the rice, showing the recipe, okay? Every single day we cook 10 noodles of rice. This is the step by step rice. This is how we prep our meats. This is how we fry the tomatoes. This is how we do this. This is how we do that. So when a new person come, imagine a new person comes to a team and you're onboarding the person. You give the person a written checklist of all the person is supposed, all the tasks the person is supposed to perform, and a video on how all those tasks are performed. All the person needs to do is to watch it, and the person have any question and ask you, and the person can easily just be integrated into your business system, right? So if add the necessary tool. Lastly, most of these tasks requires tools and templates, right? So tools and templates makes it. Then how do you send out email? How do you respond to customer service complaint? They have to be standardized way. How are things done, right? That's what tools and templates help. So you'll be able to, so wherever tags that requires any tool and template, you have to be also in the video where you are showing how that thing is done. You have to show how you use those tasks and how it's done so that anybody can be able to carry out that, right? So that's what a system is, and that is how you can create your own system in your business, right? So the biggest mistake you can make in your business is keeping everything in your head as an entrepreneur, not having plans or not of recruiting people, right? So if your business is running for 6 months, 12 months, and you've not had plans to be able to grow your revenue in terms of bringing another person to join you, it would make you think small, it make you not think big, it make you not have that responsibility of saying, oh, that this is really service, right? Because what you're doing, entrepreneur, is you've identified a market opportunity and you've been able to create value to be able to go after the opportunity. So that's why they call what is the how big is this market? How big is the market? What is the market size? How much is it? How much is is what? How much is the cost of pursuing the opportunity? So that way you can take business seriously. You can get to start recruiting people. Don't stay mediocre. Don't stay small. Then one biggest mistake entrepreneurs is not delegating. People are not perfect, but if you have system and process, people can be trained to be able to do things correctly in your organization. Running your business emotionally instead of structurally. Business must be run emotion. Structure helps you to be able to mitigate emotions because emotion cannot guarantee that you get result done consistently in a certain way. Having system and structures and process ensures that things result becomes very consistent. Waiting till they grow big before building system. You don't need to be big. You can be alone, but still document all these things. It shows that you are having plans, you are having faith that you're going to grow one day to be able to outsource some core skills and competencies. Right? Thinking systems are expensive. Systems are not expensive to create. Right? With what I just taught you, watching this video and just coming up with a spreadsheet or maybe using an app like ClickUp or whatever app and just be able to put this together and document things and not documenting everything. Everything that is not it's a mentor that will always say a short pen and paper, a short biro it retains more than a wide brain. So you can have a big head, right? A big brain, a sharp brain, but you can always forget. A short pen helps you to document things, right? So you can be able to remember exactly how it is. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you do, please do well to like and to subscribe and drop a comment telling me how you intend to be able to apply what I've taught to be able to create a business that runs without you. Guys, thank you so much and please do well to subscribe. I'll see you on next episode.